All right, what's up, casuals? Coming at you with my UFC 324 recap. First fight, we had Adam Fuggett versus Ty Miller. I picked Ty Miller because I knew this Adam. I'd never seen him fight, but I knew this Adam Fuggett dude wasn't really that good. And yeah, Ty Miller just kind of outmatched him on the feet and knocked him out toward the end of the round. Got a nice performance of the night bonus. We had Josh Hokett versus Denzel Freeman. Josh Hokett literally just ragdolled this guy. Oh my gosh, 71-0. Jeez, ragdolled him. Yeah, it was bad. Denzel, this was the first middle finger TKO I've seen. Hokett kind of just hit him with the middle finger like toward the end of the round. Then Freeman kind of just crumbled and fell on the ground, and the ref just called it off at the last second. So yeah, and then Hokett cut a crazy promo at the end of his fight, called out Waldo Cortez Acosta for some reason. Like, you're not going to get that fight yet, big bro, but, you know. And then he called Brittany Griner a man, so quite interesting. They actually didn't post that interview on their YouTube channel, so if you want to see it, you got to have a Paramount Plus membership. Not sponsored by the UFC. Okay, this fight, Charles Johnson versus Alex Perez. Low-key, am I crazy for thinking this was an early stoppage? I mean, I know he got dropped. How many times did he get dropped? Where are the knockdown stats? Oh, okay, he got knocked down, or he got dropped twice, or he got dropped once, and then he got dropped again, and then the ref just called off the fight. But when he got dropped the second time, he was kind of like ducking and trying to avoid the next shot, so he was still kind of in there. Yeah, I know he was kind of dazed and confused and kind of went for a takedown on Perez when the fight was already over, but I think that was stopped a little bit early. I mean, we know Charles Johnson. We know he got destroyed in the first round against Loner Kavanaugh and then came back in the second round and then finished him, so kind of upset that fight got stopped that early, but I can never pick a Alex Perez fight correctly. I picked this guy to beat, what's his name in his last fight? I don't even remember the guy's name, but he lost. I think I picked him to beat Tetsuro Taira, and he lost. Anytime I pick this guy's fights, I just get the pick wrong. So, yeah. And Johnson was a pretty decent. I mean, -200 favorite here, and he lost. But yeah, wish we could have seen more of this. Wish it didn't get stopped that early. But I mean, he was getting pieced up that entire round pretty much. You can't let that happen. Krylov versus Bukowskis. This was kind of, I don't know, an uneventful fight up until the finish. I had Krylov up in every round. He does look kind of washed, but I don't think this Bukowskis dude is that good. Like, I don't know. I don't think Krylov does very good against anyone that's ranked above him. I think he's ranked like 13 or something right now. I don't think he does decent against anybody that's ranked above him. Like, we're not getting a Krylov title run anytime soon. I think he's kind of washed up, but glad to see him not get knocked out in this fight at least. You know, he was on a 2-fight KO loss streak, so. But yeah, got this pick right, and this was an underdog pick, so. Atiba Gauthier versus Andre Pulev. So we saw Gauthier actually face a little bit of adversity. People were saying they thought Pulev won the fight. I'm like, what fight were you watching? Gauthier clearly won round one. He had, where are the knockdown stats, bro? Where are the knockdown stats? Do I have to go to this? Anyways, he had a knockdown in round one and round two. So if you look at, okay, Pulev might have more significant strikes in round two, but Gauthier got a knockdown and was doing like more damage. I thought Pulev won the third round, but I thought Gauthier clearly won the first two rounds. And I thought this was it was a good performance by him, but like everybody just kind of expects this guy Gauthier to come out and KO everybody in the first round, which it was kind of looking like at first, first punch he threw, he knocked him down, but Pulev got up and recovered well. And fought a decent fight, I thought. I mean, this is the guy that didn't get finished against Christian Leroy Duncan. So, I mean, I said that in my last video. I'm like, that's a sneaky good performance, So, was I surprised? I mean, this was actually the fight that ended the finishing streak, which is crazy to think about. Gautier's been finishing everybody, but he hasn't really fought anybody yet, So, this was his first kind of test. He's still a good prospect. He's not, I don't think he's ready for, someone in the rankings just yet. He's not going to be top 5 tomorrow. But still a decent performance by him. And people crying robbery are insane because Pulev got dropped in the first 2 rounds. So Umar versus Figgy, pretty boring fight. I don't even really have much to say about this. I mean, just just a boring fight, and not a fight that I think warrants a title shot. And after watching this, I don't see Umar beating Merab. I don't see Umar beating Yan. He does enough to win, but he doesn't do enough to get a finish. I don't really have much to say about this fight. It was boring. I mean, Umar was a minus 1,400 favorite, and he clearly won the fight, but not, didn't do enough to get a finish. Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. This was a really good fight. Arnold Allen was kind of out techniquing and kind of piecing Silva up in the first round, and then got clipped toward the end of the first round. So that round was kind of a toss-up. I still kind of scored it for Allen, but you could score it for Silva as well. And then I thought Silva just outdogged him in the second and third rounds and won. But yeah, it was a great fight. And my prediction that Silva will be champ by the end of 2026 is aging pretty well. I mean, he won this fight. Arnold Allen is a decent fighter. He's only lost to Max Holloway and Movsar Evloev. Those are 2 top dogs of this division. So, and Silva, I wouldn't say made it look easy, but he pretty clearly won the fight, rounds 2 and 3. Gene Silva is just the kind of guy I feel like takes a while to get going, but once he does, he can crack you and he can hurt you. I don't think he's going to fight for the belt, obviously, in his next fight, but if he wins one more against someone in the top 5, they could push this guy for a title shot. The UFC gifted him this fight against Arnold Allen. They let him fight up again, even though he got KO'd by Lopez. So UFC likes this guy. They're pushing him. I'm telling you, he's going to fight for the belt this year, and he's going to win it. We had Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. I said this fight was going to be boring. It was boring. But how did Silva win this by unanimous decision? I thought Rose pretty clearly won the first 2 rounds. If we look at the strike numbers, how was Silva up in strikes? I don't know what fight I was watching, but I thought Rose was doing more on the feet and then got a takedown toward the end of the round, which she didn't do much with the takedown, but still, I don't know. I thought Rose was getting the better of her in round 1, and then Rose clearly won round 2. I thought, what are these strike numbers? Oh, yeah, she got a takedown in round 1. And kind of just held her down for, I think, the most of the round. And then I thought Silva pretty clearly won the last round. And Dana White said that Silva's going to get a title shot against Shevchenko next. I don't think either of these two beat Shevchenko, especially after tonight. After seeing Rose take down Silva in the first round and kind of just hold her down, and the second round and just hold her down, that's what Shevchenko's going to do to her. Let's be honest. Shevchenko doesn't care about having a boring performance. Shevchenko just goes out there to win. So it's Shevchenko versus Silva is going to be a boring lay and pray fight. And this fight was not entertaining whatsoever. I mean, it kind of heated up towards in the last round because I thought Silva was down 2 rounds, and she came back and she did, she very clearly won this round. But yeah, I'm surprised this wasn't at least a split decision, because I thought the first round went to Rose pretty much, but whatever. They're pushing this Natalia Silva, which she's got an entertaining style. I guess this fight wasn't entertaining, but she's got decent kicks. So, and Shevchenko doesn't really have a contender right now, but she's gonna fight Shevchenko next and most likely lose. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. I saw people online saying Derek Lewis threw the fight and it was paid off. I'm like, have you guys ever watched a Derek Lewis fight? If he doesn't get a knockout, he kind of just quits. That's Derek Lewis for you. If he doesn't get a knockout, he kind of just quits. Both these guys, I don't think they're very good. Cortez Acosta, honestly, I thought he was fighting a little bit scared, especially in the first round. I think he was scared of Lewis's power a little bit. So yeah, Cortez Acosta is technically better than Derek Lewis, better technique and everything, but Cortez Acosta is not beating the top dogs of the division, I don't think. Aspinall, Gane, Volkov. We already saw he lost to Pavlovich, so it's it's those few guys in heavyweight and then everybody else pretty much. Like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know why people are surprised that this happened with Derek Lewis. I mean, I said in my last video I won't bet on a Derek Lewis fight because they're so unpredictable. Because he always has that chance to just spark somebody out cold, and if he doesn't do that, he kind of just gives up, and that's kind of what we saw. So O'Malley versus Yadong. I kind of figured they were going to give this one to O'Malley. I thought round 1 was very close. I actually scored the round for Yadong, but I knew it was a close round, and whenever it's a close round, they're just going to give it to O'Malley immediately. And I thought round 2 was clear Song, round 3 was clear O'Malley, but yeah, round 1 was the toss up round. So I'm not mad at this decision. I just kind of knew it was going to happen. When I saw the round was that close, I'm like, yeah, they're just going to give that round to O'Malley, whatever. I don't see O'Malley beating Yan. I don't see him beating Merab if they have a trilogy. Umar could even beat O'Malley because of the grappling threat, but they might give O'Malley an immediate title shot here. Yeah, just because he's got a fake win over Yan. And if Merab's not ready to fight Yan again, then this is the next guy up because Umar didn't have... I mean, Umar had a good performance, but, not crazy enough performance to be, this guy deserves a title shot immediately. Maybe if he got a finish, but yeah, this card just kind of shows that, yeah, Umar and O'Malley, I don't think either of those guys are gonna get past Merab or Yan. Merab and Yan are the two top dogs of the division, I think. But yeah, I mean, an okay performance by O'Malley here. And then Gaethje versus Pimblett, fight of the night, one of the best fights I've ever seen. Honestly, such a great fight. I was very confused by Paddy's game plan here. Like, didn't he get knocked down in both of the first 2 rounds? It's not showing me the knockdown stats, but he got knocked down in the round 1 and round 2. So Gaethje was up 2-0. Wouldn't you think to go to resort to the grappling at that point? His striking defense is so god awful. He would get up, he'd be backed up against the cage, and I'd be cringing, just waiting for Gaethje to land that one shot. But I don't know how Paddy didn't go out this fight. He ate so many big shots. I don't know how he didn't get knocked out. But I don't think these guys have decent tech. These guys aren't technically good. I think Gaethje's, at the worst half of his career. This wasn't the best Gaethje we've seen, but I thought Paddy would come out with a better game plan and actually use his grappling. He didn't even try to get a takedown until the 5th round, but by then it was too late. So I scored you cannot score round 1, 2, or 4 for Paddy. 100% Gaethje won rounds 1, 2, and 4. So going into the 5th round, I'm like 100% Paddy needs a finish here. I thought Paddy won the 5th round, honestly. Paddy won round 3, which is crazy because he got knocked down in the first 2 rounds and then came back and actually won round 3 on the feet. So I was thinking, maybe we get a momentum shift here, and then nope, he just gets hurt in the beginning of round 4, and it's just the same shit with Gaethje hurting him the rest of the round pretty much. So, but I actually thought he dogged it out and won round 5, but it didn't end up mattering at all because Gaethje just clearly won rounds 1, 2, and 4. But so the winner of this fight, Gaethje, he's going to fight Ilya next. I think Ilya eats him alive. I was watching this, in the middle of this fight, I'm like, no matter who wins, Ilya's going to kill either of these guys. These guys are not good enough to beat Ilya at all. Ilya's going to spark out Justin Gaethje cold in the 1st or 2nd round. I'm calling it here. It's not even... I would bet my entire paycheck that Ilya wins that fight. And... the top dogs of this division are Ilya, Arman, Charles, and Max. Those are the guys with the best technique. Those are the top dogs of the division. I think any 4 of those guys, Ilya, Charles, Arman, and Max, would beat Gaethje or Pimblett, honestly. Maybe if Pimblett got some fight IQ and actually started using his grappling, he could beat, I don't even know. Could he beat a Charles Oliveira? Could he beat a Max Holloway? I don't know, man. I honestly don't think so after this performance, no. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Pimblett against some more that Pimblett's a dog, and he's actually got decent power and was stinging Gaethje with some decent shots. He's just got absolutely zero striking defense. It was so hard to watch, man, because I was cringing when is he going to get knocked out? And he just never did. So props to him for that. But Pro, please use your grappling in your next fight. You're not some you. I know you might have fell in love with your hands a little bit, but you're not that guy just yet. But Pimblett, he's only 31. Give it another 3 years, and this guy could be a top dog in the division. He just needs to get a little bit better striking defense and fight IQ. But yeah, he's a dog. But yeah, Gaethje gonna get knocked out cold by Ilya in his next fight, and then probably retire. But good performance by Gaethje. He dogged it out. I didn't think this was his. I didn't think he looked the best he's ever looked in his career. I just thought he had. I didn't even think he had the best game plan. I just thought Pimblett was a fool for standing up with Gaethje. Why would you go into the fire with a guy like Justin Gaethje? Max Holloway did, but like at the end of the fight, Max Holloway was being technical their entire fight, not really going into a firefight with Gaethje, but destroying him on the feet with perfect technique. And then brawled out with him in the last 10 seconds of the 5th round and knocked him out. It wasn't the whole fight like that, but Pimblett was just, going into the fire with Gaethje the whole time. It was a good fight. I don't think either of these guys are technically good enough to beat the top dogs of this division, but yeah, it was a good fight and a good way to kick off the Paramount era. So yeah, those are my picks. I got a spreadsheet here. We're gonna start tracking all my picks here. So yeah, I went 8-2 favorites, 1-0 with underdogs. That one was the Krylov against Bukowski's fight, and yeah, 9-2 overall. The only 2 fights I picked wrong were the Gaethje Pimblett fight because I picked Pimblett, and then the Prez Johnson fight because I picked Johnson. But every other fight I picked correctly. So not bad, 9-2 on the first card of the year. We'll take it. So yeah. Till next week, guys.